name is Ôneyra. I am a techno DJ and producer, and I'm recording this for Dinspøt. I guess music comes from a place of being able to express and communicate, because I don't know, it's just been a very vital part of my life for many years, and it's something that's gotten me through a lot of stuff. And basically I found this life of starting my career in music when I was in nursing in Dublin in UCD, and after 3 years of studying nursing I said it's not for me, it's too much, and I took a year gap out of nursing and I went and studied DJ techniques and music production for a year. And it turned out that one of the biggest Irish techno DJs was teaching us, which was Sunil Sharp, if anybody is familiar with him. Yeah, so just an absolute wizard when it comes to mixing records. Very, very fast paced, kind of fast rolling, trippy techno, and I guess I just learned a lot from him, and everything kind of started from there with music. And my older brother always had a set of decks in the house, and kind of, I guess I just learned a lot from him growing up, even though I didn't realize it at the time, because I only started really getting into DJing when I was maybe 19, 20. But he would have listened to a lot of hard house, and I guess that's kind of why I like techno a little bit, even though I don't want to admit that to him. But yeah, I guess music is just it's just a way of life for me now. I don't really see myself doing anything else. I guess I went through kind of, with mental health and stuff, doing nursing, kind of a lot of things started to really get to me. And mental health is such a taboo thing in Ireland, and nobody really wants to talk about it. And it's something that was never talked about in my family or in my house. It was hush hush. I guess that's kind of, it's such an Irish thing. It still is. It's still really hard on people who are struggling with mental health in Ireland at the moment, because there is no services to support them. And anyway, yeah, I went through a few years of just not being able to talk to people, and I started to really struggle mentally. And that's kind of another reason why I left nursing, because it was way too much on me, because I don't know, I feel like I'm a very sensitive person, and I guess that kind of translates into my music as well. Music and DJing was a form of release in how I could just, like, even though I wasn't talking to people, doing like DJing and being on stage and being able to communicate that way to people on the dance floor, or being able to produce a track, was a way of just being able to talk for me, I guess. I would like to say what sets me apart from other techno producers is that I would hope that when you listen to my music, you can really feel a part of me in it. And it's not just noise, which is what I feel like a lot of techno is at the moment. It's following a formula, and it's like trying to be as flamboyant in their way of producing as possible, being as hard as possible, but it's not really giving any flavor, or it's not trying to do anything new. What I'm trying to do with my music is be true to myself, for one, and just be as creative with the process, and just try and put as much of myself into it, and I hope people really see that as well. It's a lot of work, like a lot of work. I kind of only realized how much work it was in the last few months when we decided to press a record, and actually realizing the amount of money that goes into it, like all of just the promotion side of it, and starting to build a sound for the label, and trying to work with the right people as well, I guess, on the project. I guess just trying to be as fresh with things as possible is really important, and trying to treat whoever you're working with as much respect as possible. And I guess what you give out into the world will definitely come back to you. I think what I have learned in the last few months will really help with the next release and going forward with the label as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. The word vacillation means self-doubt, and I started to make that EP when I first moved over to Berlin. I guess I just finished my nursing degree. I was throwing myself into a new city where I didn't really know anybody. I was trying something completely different, and I guess I doubted everything at the start. I was like, am I doing the right thing? Have I made a huge mistake moving here? Have I left everything kind of important behind? And then I guess moving to Berlin was just a process of finding a new sense of self, and that's kind of what the EP is about. And I think maybe two of the tracks are very related to something very personal that happened early in the start of this year, and it was something that was really hard to get over and move past, but I think I have translated that into the music. Well, I hope I did anyway. I'm still finding myself. I think if I'm only 24, I think I'll be finding who I really am for a long time, to be quite honest with you. But I think that's the joy of growing up and growing older. I definitely think Berlin is shaping who I am becoming, and definitely influencing where I'm going with my music and how I want it to actually be much more different and diverse to what the standard sound of Berlin is. I don't want to sound like other producers in Berlin. I don't want to follow the Berghain big room darks. I want to kind of steer away from that as much as possible, because I know that's what kind of people across Europe and the world are they're looking at Berlin and they're saying yeah, Berlin techno, sick. It is great. I just want to veer as far away as possible from the norm, I guess. try everything. Work with as much people as you possibly can. Work with people who are older than you. Like, I was very lucky to work with somebody like Sunil Sharp because he is a world of knowledge. He knows like so much, and I learned from being with him for a year and him like teaching me pretty much everything, and just listening to him talk every Friday in college. That's like given me a huge advantage, I feel, going forward into techno, because he's been doing this for 30 years or longer, maybe longer actually. But yeah, I guess for anybody who wants to get into it, just try not to be like anybody else. Just be you, and I think that will stand to you at the end of the day. If you want to find my music, you can find me on all platforms under Ôneyra.